It's Friday. Hope you guys are all having a great day and have a good weekend planned. Yes, I'm driving, so y'all just bear with me. We decided last minute this morning to take the weekend and drive up to Colorado to see my husband. He's been up there for a few weeks, so we're gonna drive up for the weekend and spend the weekend with him. So that was one thing I wanted to tell you guys, that I'll be out of town this weekend. I will be available, but it'll be just kind of here and there. So if it's something super important that can't wait, then feel free to reach out to me. If not, then if you wouldn't mind just getting with your upline, or feel free to reach out to Jen or Kristen and get with them if y'all don't mind doing that for me this weekend. So I wanted to talk to you guys about perseverance and kind of what that means and how that entails into this business. And I have a reason for talking about this. Me and Jen were talking about this yesterday in a conversation, and so I wanted to kind of extend it out to y'all because I thought it was really good. I have a really good example for it. So perseverance basically means that when you get to almost the end of something, that you don't give up, that you give, even when you've given everything you have to give, you push that extra little bit to get you to the end, to get you to that goal or that finish line. And I say finish line, I was an athlete in high school, so a lot of my mentality and stuff works around like sports and stuff like that. Having goals, you know, setting records, stuff like that. So, and that was something that I was always really good at in sports, especially track. I was a really big runner. And, you know, you get to that last 100 or 200 yards and, you know, your team is way behind, or if it was, you know, a single race, you know, be way behind, and knowing that there's no possible way that you can place in the top 3 or 4 even, but still giving everything that you have, or you gave everything you have and you have no gas left to finish out, but you can see the end, like there's an end in sight, you can see the finish line, and pushing that extra little bit, going the 110% instead of the 100% to get you to that finish line, to get you to the end. So, I wanted to use that because there's going to be times you're going to hit a dry spell, maybe several. Everybody will, you know, just get that in your mind right now that it's going to happen. There's going to be times where you are going to not be getting any customers, or not be getting any ambassadors, or say you have customers but you're not getting any feedback from them, you're not getting any activity on your pages, anything like that. It's gonna happen. So, and I say this to say that that's when it's gonna be very important that you have self-belief. We talk all the time, Jen especially is really good about this, talking about self-belief and believing in yourself and personal growth and stuff like that. And it's times like when you get in situations like this that is going to be very, very important. Okay, so I'm coming out of a dry spell now. Up until this month, I had not added a new customer since before the holidays. So like October, November, probably November was the last time I added a new customer. My last ambassador was Catherine, and I think she joined for wholesale probably August or September, and then didn't even decide to work the company until the end of October. So, or work the business, I mean, till the end of October. So she was the last ambassador that I had. So I was talking to Jen about this yesterday and stuff, and she said that had I never said anything about that, she would have never known. Like, you would have never known that I was in that rough spot. And yeah, I got down. Yeah, I got upset. I got frustrated, stuff like that. But I didn't let it slow me down. I still did the you know, I still got on and got the training calls. I'm training you guys, helping you guys out. I'm still reaching out to people. I'm still posting every day. I didn't let it affect my mentality so much that I wanted to quit, or that I just didn't feel like this was right for me. And so I never got that mentality. I was frustrated, but I finally just got to the point where in December, I was like, something has to change. This cannot go on like this. Something has to change. And I had a lot of like negativity going on in my head, not necessarily about the business, but like I was thinking negatively about people. I was getting jealous about people and situations, and I am not a jealous person by any means whatsoever. But I was getting to the point where people just flat out just pissed me off. Like I could just hear somebody's voice and I would just cringe. I would be so just you know, like this is the only way I can explain it. I was like, something has to change. I can't keep going on like this. I couldn't be the leader that I needed to be for you guys, or the person that I needed to be for just in a friendship in general, not necessarily in the business. And I couldn't be the mom or the wife that I needed to be with that mentality and that attitude about everything. So I went through and I got rid of any sort of like negative influences or people that I had going on at that time. I just kind of shut everything out for a while, and some of it has come back in. I let back in very little, but there were several people that I just thought I would quit talking to, just because I am very bad about letting people and situations influence my decisions and influence like the way I do things and stuff like that. And so I needed to get rid of those negative influences, and I did that. And I tell you what, y'all, I did that starting, you know, into December, January. You know, I took about 30, 45 days, something like that. I started reading a personal growth book. Of course, I only got a couple of chapters into it and haven't touched it since, but because whenever I open it, I want to read the entire thing and not just 1 or 2 chapters at a time, and I don't have that time. So, but once I did that, y'all, like I just had, it was like a breath of fresh air. It was like a weight was lifted off my chest. I could actually breathe, and just things just kind of started falling into place. Like my ball started to roll again. I have added, we're right at halfway through the month, and I've added 5 new preferred customers this month, y'all. 5. And most of them are, one of them is a referral. One of them is my sister. 2 of them I have been talking to since like June and finally ordered. One of them was a financial reason that she was waiting, but the other one, seriously, I have been talking to since June, and they finally ordered this month. So, I just want you guys to know that when you get in dry spells and stuff like that, don't get negative and don't get down on yourself. Just keep going through the motions, keep doing what you're doing. Eventually something will come out of it. And just remember, this is all in God's time. It's in God's hands. So if there was nothing going on and you're not getting any activity, say for a month or 2 months, or, you know, in my case it was like 4 months, just don't freak out, you know? Just, like I said, just keep pushing through it, keep persevering through it, keep reaching out to people. Eventually somebody will come in, and that's good practice for you as well, especially with cold messaging. Alright, sorry y'all, my car just did something weird. But anyway, I forgot where I left off. But just know that there's something gonna come out of the other side of it. So, like for me, my deal was, I talk a lot about, I wish that I was a higher rank than what I am. In my heart, I wish that I was. But at the same time, I'm so grateful that I wasn't one of those people that ranked really fast. February 14th, Valentine's Day, was my 1-year mark with the company, and I'm at gold, almost a senior gold. But like, I'm okay with that, because if I feel like that if I would have ranked faster than what I am, then I wouldn't have been able to handle the growth mentally for myself, emotionally, or I wouldn't have been able to train my team good enough if I would have grown that fast. So I'm so very thankful for that. And going through that dry spell that I did, I'm grateful for that as well, because it gave me time to refocus on things in my personal life, in my business life, as well as reevaluate the kind of leader that I needed to be for you all, and what I needed to do to get you guys the best information and the best training that I can get you. So, I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And if you get down and, you know, you get in a spot where you're talking to 900 people and nobody's getting back to you, or people won't commit or aren't committing to ordering, trying the products, anything like that, it's okay. And it's okay to get upset about that, because you are pouring your heart into it and you are trying to help people and stuff. It's okay. But just remember in the back of your mind that it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of your journey. So, you know, reach out to a sideline, reach out to your upline, reach out to us, you know, me, Jen, Kristen, Rachel, you know, Leslie, any of them. That's what we're here for. We're not only here to help train you, but we're here for support as well. Moral support, emotional support, whatever it is that you need. I want you guys to feel like we are all a family, and we are all close-knit, close enough that we can come to each other for anything. And that we can trust each other with things. Because trust is a big issue for me, and that's a big thing that, like, I've had trust issues a lot with people. So that's kind of, that's a whole different video for y'all as far as trust goes. But I want you guys to feel like that you can trust me as well as other team members, that you can come to us with stuff. So that's really all I had. If you have any comments or anything on this, please feel free to comment on the comments under this video, or reach out to me or anything like that, because I don't ever want you guys to get in a position like that and feel like it's a good time to quit. I don't want anybody to ever get in a situation where they want to quit, because that shouldn't happen. If you get to that point, then let's take a step back and do what I did. Reevaluate what's going on in your personal life, what changes, what things do we need to change to make things better, to make things maybe not so overwhelming, not so stressful. That was a lot of my problems. I was getting overwhelmed and getting stressed, and then getting upset that, you know, like I said, nobody was getting back to me about anything. It wasn't adding anybody new, stuff like that. But like I said, outwards, you would have never known that, because I still continued to do what I needed to do to reach out to people and to train my team and be there. So y'all feel free to reach out to me for anything at all. That's pretty much all I had on that. Like I said, it was a conversation me and Jen had about perseverance and stuff, and the journey that I am just now coming out of, my little dry spell. And I just want to share that with y'all, because I know a lot of y'all, if you haven't already come across that situation, you will eventually, and I want you to be mentally and emotionally prepared for it. So y'all have a good weekend. Like I said, if you wouldn't mind, if you have anything this weekend, try to reach out to your uplines first before coming to me. And then if you do come to me and I don't answer right away, just be patient. Like I said, I'm going to spend some family time this weekend. So, but y'all have a great weekend. And if I don't talk to you before then, I'll talk to you guys on Monday. Have a good one.